It's getting darker in October in the Northern Hemisphere, so we're going a little darker with this month's indie game as well. Unpredictable, moody, and maybe even a little gaslight-y? This game is powerful in storytelling, breaking the fourth wall in game mechanics and design to make you question the purpose of it all, religion, life, and why we play games. Hello everyone, I'm Galatea, and each month I spotlight indie gems crafted with care, love, and a whole lot of passion. This is a series I call Indie Game of the Month. The Indie Game of the Month is Indika. Indika was developed by Odd Meter, and it's their second game. The studio actually had to leave Russia and relocate to Kazakhstan to finish the project. At its core, they created the game as a critique on the human condition of living under fear, of institutions, and the lies they use to maintain control. Indika is one of those rare games that thrives on contrast, good versus bad, real versus fantasy, truth versus lies. It creates tension and discomfort, reflecting on what's right or wrong, or what that means at all. You play as Indika, a nun who doesn't seem very welcome in her community. She is tasked with delivering a letter, but as you progress, the journey slowly unravels her past and the deeper meaning behind her mission. Religion is the surface layer here, but the game may be telling us something more, something hidden underneath. I don't want to spoil things in these videos, but the way the story intertwines with the mechanics makes for a deeply unsettling, yet thought-provoking experience. The secondary character is one that's in her head, a voice that accompanies her on the journey, providing their own thoughts and perspective of what's happening externally and internally. It's our secondary storyteller. But the question is, are they a reliable narrator?
They didn't love her at all. Many of them felt nothing but disgust for her.
One of the most striking things about Indika is its use of art styles to communicate two different tracks, whether tracks of thought or tracks of time. In the primary track, you get dark, gritty 3D environments that feel lifelike, but also feel surreal, and the mood and movement can border on horror. On the other track, they're told through colourful, childlike pixel graphics. That contrast alone feels intentional, maybe representing disassociation, or maybe questioning reality itself. And the gameplay mirrors this intention. The core path follows a traditional chapter-based structure, interweaving puzzles and other mechanics to progress through the story. And again, I want you all to have your own jaw-drop moments, but I will just hint that there's a little bit of magic breathing in this game. Contrasting against that, in the secondary track, it leans into mini-games, with mechanics reminiscent of platformers like Mario or arcade-style Pac-Man. And they're not easy. Even experienced players will find them surprisingly challenging. It almost feels like the game is deliberately toying with you, aiming to tell a fantastical or dreamlike view of the past, but making you work to get there. This game seems to love toying with you, but if I told you how, it would spoil the magic. Sound and music is crucial here, as with any other game, but Indika does it a bit differently. It reinforces the theme of multiple contrasting tracks into the baseline sound design, whilst foundationally not using much music. In Indika's primary game track, the audio heightens mood, emotion, and haunting moments. But to do this, it uses a mix of modern beats executed in a MIDI-like music manner woven between orchestral sounds. At times, the music fractures, adding awkward, distorted noises that seem like they're trying to break reality, to break through to Indika. It uses stark silence effectively, conveying loneliness in this game world, but also creates space for sound effects, such as crunching of snow, or even the fantastical steampunk engines that powers puzzles. It uses music to interrupt, using harsh, heavy, and fast tones, almost like clubbing music, to shake up the mystique of Indika's viewpoint. It's so overt that it feels like it's actively challenging her belief system. In the secondary tracks, It leans heavily into arcade music, fully converting the hybrid distorted soundtrack into something fully bit-like to immerse into the minigames. And the sound effects complement, including the classic coin sound. Throughout the game, you can collect items or perform actions like praying. They reward you with points. There's also a leveling system tied to these. Again, I won't say more because of spoilers, but it's a layer of progression that adds weight to your choices and Indika's perspectives.
What does it mean to be truly righteous?
Indika is a very different game from other indie games I featured this year, and maybe from anything you've ever played, but that's exactly why it's so deserving of this month's spot. I love games that focus on characters and the different perspectives they bring to their journeys. Perhaps that's why I love role-playing so much. And Indika does this beautifully, not just for an indie game, but as one of the most unique experiences that I've ever played. I can't express how amazing that opening hour was. And this is why Indika is my indie game of the month of October. Have you played Indika? If so, what mini-game did you like the most? Or even the least? They're really hard. Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, bye!